Prior to BlackBerry's live event, there were rumblings of a low-cost phone coming out running BlackBerry's BlackBerry 10 operating system, and sure enough, here we have the Blackberry Q5. This is what was rumored to be the BlackBerry R10. Obviously the name is different, but a lot of the specs that we had heard rumored are essentially the same. So what you have here is a 3.1-inch display similar to what's found on the Q10, which we have right here. The difference between the displays is that the Q5 is running an LCD display, where the Q10 has an AMOLED display, and what that means is you'll get more vibrant colors on the Q10, but a brighter screen, as far as we can tell, on the Q5. Other differences are that the Q5 has a 1.2 GHz dual core processor, whereas the Q10 has a 1.5 GHz dual core processor, so it's a little downclocked. You still get 2 GB of RAM. Internal storage is down from 16 GB to 8 GB, and the rear-facing camera has been reduced from 8 megapixels found on the Q10 to a 5 megapixel shooter on the Q5. Front-facing camera is still the same. All the software is the same. As you can see, we still have all the same looks as BlackBerry 10 found on the Q10. You also get, let's just go over here. You can still see that we have the BlackBerry Balance personal and work screens there, and you still have active frames, as you can see over here. In terms of the keyboard, you don't have the kind of premium construction quality that you find on the Q10 with these nice sculpted keys and long frets that help stabilize the body's construction. It still is nice and easy to type on. It just, has a slightly down market feel to it. One of the things that we're kind of disappointed about is that the Q5 doesn't have a removable battery, which is something that we really liked about the Q10 and the Z10 before it. And to make up for that lack of slot where you would usually put a SIM card or micro SD card, there's this door over here for the SIM card slot and the micro SD card slot. But if you look, there's a little handle in there, or hinge, that connects the door, and that could spell trouble in the future. It's just held on by 2 rubber knobs there, so some users may end up flipping it off, but as long as they're careful, they won't. There's also a lack of a micro HDMI slot, which is on the Q10, but nowhere to be found on the Q5. But again, this is meant for a emerging market, consumers that are looking for a budget-friendly option. So far, there's no word that it'll come to the U.S. Chances are that it won't, but if that changes, we'll be sure to let you know. So here it is, your first look at BlackBerry's Q5, and this is Dan Howley with Laptop Magazine.